What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another week worth of Beyond the Gates. I think this is what is this? Y'all, excuse me. I am so tired. I am so tired. Week 33 through 38. Or I should say episodes 33 to 38. Let's just get into it. Let's just get into it because we gonna go people by people. Baby, I almost thought that we was gonna get out of seeing Derek and Ashley. No, they came in for like one episode, but it was him coming in with a colleague, okay, who got injured, and he needed a heart doctor. The colleague, one Derek's colleague that fellow firefighter that got injured. Okay, and he needed a cardiologist to come in there and do some surgery or whatever. And of course, the cardiologist that they went and got was Dougie Doug. Okay, let me just say this: at this point in time, Vanessa, you know what, girlfriend? I'm not even mad at you. Okay, I'm gonna continue to say this: you getting yourself into danger. All right, first of all, you're getting yourself into danger, but at the same time, this cheating on Doug and all this stuff, y'all probably got this situation going on or whatever, an arrangement. Keep it up. But you're going to have to be safe about it. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because at this point in time, like, get a divorce. Get a divorce, okay? So that it won't be like y'all just cheating on each other, y'all playing around and all this stuff. I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on. But at the same time, he is not in love with that lady the way that they used to be. She is not in love with him the way that she used to be. Mainly because, and I feel like at this point, given how Doug has been acting, it's Doug's fault, the reason why she's not the same with him anymore, because he's never home. And it's not because he's a doctor. She knew he was a doctor probably when she got with him, got married to him, had kids with him, all of that, right? Now they're empty nesters. At least when they had kids, the young kids at the house or whatever, at least she probably had something to do. Okay, she probably really wasn't that concerned about him being gone and all that stuff. But now that the kids are out the house, so she has to heavily focus on her real estate. And given how Vanessa been moving, it's like she got her own company. She can make her own schedule. She could do her own thing. So she probably got a lot of time on her hands, okay? And so at this point, Doug just been out the house, okay, gambling their life away. I'm so surprised he has not gambled the kids. It didn't get to the point where he gambled the kids, college fund away. If he did that, because he got it bad. He got it bad. Like we saw last week when he was trying to do that emergency surgery. When he was trying to do that surgery, and he literally couldn't do it. He literally had to stop mid-patient. Like somebody's heart is trying to beat out their chest, and you got it wide open. Okay, you got it busted wide open, and you up here thinking about poker chips. You thinking about poker chips? Baby, that would have been it for me. That would have been it for me. Then you got this whole situation with Randy being the do boy, you know what I'm saying? Being what is his name? Joey's errand boy, and making him be the bad guy too. Doug. Let me tell you something, Randy. This is what happens when you get in bed with these street peoples, okay? Sometimes it's going to come down to you trying to get at your own friend. And I know he trying to have his friend back, but at the same time, you introduced him. 9 out of 10, he probably told Doug about that place to gamble. Then he was the one that mentioned Joey's name in the first place when Doug needed the money. Okay? You could suggest to anybody else, but you suggested your boss. And so therefore, now you feel some type of way that Doug is in too deep. And now we get to the bottom of what it is that Joey wants with Doug. Joey said, I want his wife. And I said, excuse me, what? All of this because you want something from his wife? Oh, no, that's not what it is. It's the fact that she has her own business. Now, see, Vanessa, if you gonna see, girl, I'm okay with you cheating. I know we shouldn't be, but in this situation, I am. All right, because Doug getting his high and his pleasure off of playing poker. Okay, that's his girlfriend. That's his wife at the moment. You're the mistress. I just want you to realize that. But at the same time, You can go out and do your dalliances with who every time Dick and Harry, but you get a little too close and you don't know how to, do it without having conversations. There's no reason why San Diego. There is no reason why Diego should be feeling the way that he's feeling. And as soon as he started feeling like it getting so a little bit like not knowing his place, you should have cut that off. Okay, you should have cut that out. And then if you want to play games, you should have told your husband, or you should have told the people at the country club and get him fired. Then you tell the cops, because then you never know. Diego look like the type that he'll probably do some stuff, little stalking stuff, whatever, to get back at her. You gotta choose wisely. See, you doing it too close to home. You doing it way too close to home. Then when you get with Joey, you telling him all of your freaking business because you actually like him. And I'm like, oh, Lord, have mercy. So now he knows about her company. He knows how much money it's making because she said it's a multi-million-dollar company that's bringing in a whole bunch of money. And so basically, he trying to sweet talk the draws out of her so that, when it gets to the point where Doug, he want to make it so that Doug has to owe him so much money that he has to go to his wife to come and fix his problems, right? And so therefore, Vanessa will have to come to Joey, okay? And Joey will have to use her company as a money laundering operation. I said, oh my goodness, now we get to it. And now I get it, okay? Now I get it. Because at first I was like, what do you want with Doug so bad? He's a cardiologist. Okay, you got heart problems, like what's going on? No, he wants your wife's business. That is crazy. Look what you put your family through, up in the hospital, betting people. If I can, I bet you how much money. I wish somebody would come up to me and be like, how much money you got on you? You ain't never asked me nothing like that, and I ain't never asked you nothing like that, and we ain't never been talking to each other like that for you to even get the impression that you can come up to me and ask me something like that. Why do you want to know that? How much money I got on me is how much money I got on me. How much money you got on you? I don't need to know that. See how that worked? Exactly. All because he been betting everybody. I bet you I could throw this, I can make this hoop in the basket, this paper in the trash and all this stuff. I bet you $1. Okay, well, take that back. I'd get $0.25. All right. And that's what he was on. I said, now, you got a problem then. Okay. Now you trying to combat the fact that you need to stop gambling, right? Because it's affecting your job. You was literally mid-patient and you had to stop because you couldn't the gambling was just eating your brain up, right? So now your solution is to stay in the hospital 24/7 and take as many surgeries as you can. Shanice is trying to be like, sir, what the hell is going on? Because you're doing way too much. And then we get down to the bottom of it. Not only is Shanice concerned about him doing way too much, it's the fact that as he booking all these surgeries, that means she got to stay on and do doubles and stuff. Okay? And she like, child, anybody got time for this? What is you doing? You going to burn out. It's like you're running from something. Now, see, I thought Shanice was about to get in trouble because she was talking to Vanessa about it, right? And I guess everybody and their mama on this show know everybody and they cool with everybody because everybody's just so goody. Shanice don't even live up in there, but she know everybody business and everybody cool with her. Okay, she everybody homegirl. Listen, I like Shanice. You know what, Shanice? Don't be putting your neck out for these people. All right, because you're going to be the first one to go. You the best nurse they got on staff, and you're going to be the first one to go when shit comes down to it, okay? Calm that down, man. Your business. Gossip a little bit on the side, but, you ain't got to be giving no suggestions or whatever. But she did tell Miss Vanessa, your husband out here taking up all these surgeries or whatever. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's a little dangerous or whatever. Maybe it's something going on at home. I said, Shanice, don't ask that lady that. And Vanessa said, excuse me, I mean, we good. But then again, you know what? He barely is at home. So maybe it is something that I'm not seeing. Maybe it is something going on at home. I said, Vanessa, but between you out here fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry and he up here playing gambling, how would you know and why would you care if something going on at home? Y'all never there to know if something's going on at home. I was like, what? All right. And then you got this other doctor. And see, this is why I was like, Shanice, you got to be careful. Because this other white doctor showed up. And as she was talking to Vanessa, he was peeping the scene. And I for sure thought he was about to reprimand her. I for sure thought he was about to say, you shouldn't be talking about nobody's personal life or whatever and woo-woo. You should be just talking about your patients and what's going on with their health to the people that needs to be said. All that stuff. I really thought Shanice was about to get in trouble. Nope. Couldn't have found out that doctor's a gambler too. And he's friends with goddamn Doug, okay? And at this point, he telling him about how he won $5,000 on this sports game that he betted on and all of this stuff. And I'm just like, oh, they crackheads. They are crackheads. And then Joey trying to say that he ain't coming back to gambling. Well, not Joey, but Doug tried to say that he ain't coming back to gambling. He told Randy, Joe told Randy, you better get his ass up here. I don't give a damn how you get him up here, but you better get his ass back up here. Baby, Doug wasn't budget until Joey popped up. And I said, damn, Joey, that's what you like? That's what we gonna do? And let me tell you something, Vanessa, you real stupid, though. This is what I'm saying. Cheat, but cheat smart, okay? Cheat, but cheat smart. And you know, they say women can cheat the best. Because 9 out of 10, we probably done cheated on you and you don't even know it, okay? We probably been cheating on you for years and you don't even know it. Niggas, y'all get caught up real quick. You get caught up real quick sometimes. Some of y'all smart. Some of y'all be having whole ass families for 20 years and nobody know about it. So I give you that credit. But Vanessa, baby girl, you see, this is why you have a friend like Nicole, because Nicole ain't gonna judge. Nicole know, she said, I listen and I don't judge on certain things. I know you and Doug been going through the things that y'all been going through. I know the fire and the passion and the love, it ain't really there like that, like it used to be. It's a cool down period, right? Y'all are going through that little phase, because me and my husband went through it and everything. But at the same time, my mind, I need you to be careful. And I need you to leave Joey alone. Okay? You up here falling for that bud that he done sent you. Oh, I lied to you about, wanting the house of my mind because I ain't want to tell you because I was older. And Nicole said, bitch, let's not act like that man finna be over the hill anytime soon. He is not that damn old for you to him to be loud like that. And she keep on trying to tell her. Listen, Vanessa, I see you got feelings for this man, but at the same time, let it go. Let it go. Vanessa not gonna let it go. Vanessa gonna fuck around and she gonna sleep with that man. And he gonna take her for everything she got. Damn. Okay. And then we get to Nicole and Teddy. Teddy, this is what I was telling you. Last week when you finally told Andre about, that you cheated on Nicole, and you was like, oh, it feels so good to finally get this off. It feels like a weight lifted off my chest that I finally told somebody. You told somebody that you can trust, but you told somebody that even though you say you can trust, you still on the edge because you ain't tell your wife, and you don't want him or anybody else to tell your wife first before you, which you should have been told her. Because now when Andre want to come over there to the crib to talk about the little project that they got going on for your little anniversary and all that stuff, you up there talking about stuff, why he needs to be here. Okay, you all on pins and needles and edges and all this stuff, and you're hollering at your wife and everything. I said, Theodore, you're going to have to calm that down. Go ahead and tell your wife. What's going on, okay? Now, let me get to Kat. That was a cute little birthday party that they had for whatever. You and Tomas, Catty Cat, don't give it up to him. He not the one. Okay, you said that you want to give it up to the person that you actually feel for. I know you think that you got some feelings for him or whatever, and he like deep in, oh my God, I never felt this way. Baby, he'll go fuck on Eva before he fuck on you. Okay, I'm just saying, I feel it more so with Eva and Tomas than I feel it with you. Okay, and honestly, Andre, I feel it with you and Danny and you and Eva, okay? So any of those combinations will work for me. That'll be the plot twist, And so at this point, I would have said something to Kat when that man gave me a calculator necklace. A necklace with a calculator pendant. Because all this money and stuff that you finna give because it's, business that you doing. I said, I get it, but really? Is that custom made? It must have been custom made, but still I would have been like, a calculator? You a nerd? You like geek? Ain't nothing wrong with being that, because I was there too. Okay, don't shit on the geeks. But I'm just saying, you could have gave me a flower. You could have gave me a bitch. You might as well have gave her some roses or some shit and give her a calculator ass necklace. Bitch, I can't even punch the numbers in. Beep, 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 beep. Now, what am I supposed to do with this? Okay. But anyway, so you got that going on, and it's the party. Eva pops up. Nicole said, oh, girl, I didn't put it on the books because, it was her party or whatever. So, Eva, you're doing a little bit too much in the sense that you always popping up, you being a little extra, you being teacher pettish. You know what I'm saying? You going above and beyond your job duties for somebody that's a temp, and you acting in the way that you working is so that either you can get a real good recommendation for something else once old girl come back, if she ever come back, or you really just trying to stay there. You know what I'm saying? You really want them to be like, you know what? Fuck Lauren. You can come on and stay. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're trying to do. And it's coming off a little too strong because at the same time, you want to be around because Ted. All right. And you realizing that your mama is full of shit, baby. Okay. At the end of the, oh my God, I can't wait till next week, because that preview for what's going to happen on next week when she called out her mama, you are lying, pathological, diabolical. Bitch, I said I know that's fucking right. Eva, you better read Dana Leslie, Sherry Anna, her rights, because she was doing a lot. She was doing a lot. And you know what, Eva, let me tell you something. You can't come and accidentally stumble on somebody's birthday party and then be talking shit about them to their potential boo. Okay? And your potential boo. You can't be doing that and doing it loud enough that they're here. And you can't be up in your feelings about it because, for one, this is their birthday party. They not throwing themselves this birthday party. Their family is throwing them this birthday party. That's what's happening with Kat. Now, you can be in your feelings about how Kat been coming at your throat. Understandable. But do she got a reason to? Yes, she do. So you can't really feel no way about that. Okay? She know that you on in here for a secret mission. She don't know exactly what, but she know it ain't on the up and up. Okay? But at the same time, you not as bad as your mama. And truth be told, you really not a bad person at all, because you getting played by Leslie ass too. Okay? And I feel like you're about to figure it out. And so you talking cash shit. Oh, cause Kat had this and she's that, blah, blah, blah. I said, bitch, get the fuck out. I know Nicole says you can stay for a piece of cake, but baby, you gonna have to go. If you gonna feel this type of way and it's gonna make you feel this way and get up in your feelings and everything, you can get the hell on. Okay? Kat said, well, damn, bitch, ain't nobody tell you to bring your ass here. Here go the fucking piece of cake and you can get your ass out. Oh my God, I didn't know that you heard that. Yeah, bitch, I heard it. Okay? Meanwhile, when she get back to the crib, she get a little surprise. Happy birthday from Leslie, Dana, Sherry Anna. And I said, I'm sorry, y'all. I said, excuse me, wait a minute. So Kat and Eva got the same goddamn birthday. Now, she said, I know your birthday is in a few weeks, but I wanted to give you this because I know how you've been feeling and all this stuff or whatever. So I'm trying to cheer you up and all this. And I said, so you just so happen to pick the same day that Kat's birthday is to do her something to cheer her up or whatever that you want to say. Now, I've been seeing little theories floating around on the Twitter and the blue sky that saying it's a possibility or it's a theory that, what if Eva really isn't Leslie, Dana, Sherry Anna's daughter? And she didn't get really pregnant. And that Nicole possibly had twins or something like that. And she stole one of the kids, and one of those was Eva's. Eva was the baby that she stole. Or I was just like, I'm pretty sure Nicole would know that she had twins. I'm pretty sure Nicole would have known that she had twins, because the way Nicole talks about her journey, she talks about Kat being her miracle baby. Okay? She had miscarriage. She had no problem getting pregnant with Martin. But then when they tried to get pregnant again with Kat, she had a miscarriage. She had probably multiple miscarriages, but for sure we know she had at least one. And that's where the issue and the drama started between her and Ted because she was focused on trying to get pregnant and she couldn't get pregnant, and she was like, damn, my body failed me and all this stuff. And so therefore, because she was in her feelings and probably depressed about that, Ted, being a goddamn man, he really wasn't there to support her. Plus, she was in her feelings because he wasn't there to support her because, like she said, he was going out all the time. Well, he going out all the time to be with his friends. And you want to know who his friends was? Leslie, Dana, Sherry, Anna. That's who it was he was fucking around. Okay? Your wife is stressed the hell out thinking that there's something wrong with her body, that she can't give you another child, and you out here producing kids with another bitch that turned around to be psychotic as shit. Girl, Teddy, you got your damn nerves. It's always the ones with the turtleneck, the Kappa ass turtleneck. I know he was a Kappa. He said he was out with his frat brothers, and as soon as I heard frat and I seen that turtleneck, I said, give me a little shimmy, Teddy. You was a Kappa, okay? But I was just like, no, I don't think that's a possibility. She's a possibility she could have stole the baby from somebody else, but it's definitely not Nicole's baby, and she's definitely not Kat's sister. Okay, well, not twin sister. And honestly, I don't even. Where is the DNA test? Where is the DNA test from that straw that we got? Okay, how long does it take, baby? How long does it take? Because I truly don't feel like Eva is the his daughter. I don't. And she tried to cheer her up from that. That's like the last time that we seen them. Moving on from that, Ted, well, let's just get to Andre. They finna make him like a savior or something to Danny, cause Danny just, they turned my girl into an alcoholic, and I just don't like it. I'm like, damn, bitch, stand the fuck up and not in the bottle. Put the bottle down, because I'm just not liking it. You call that little boy, I was just about to say, you call that little man over so that you can give him something that he can feel. And before he get over there, you drunker than a skunk. Okay? You putting on your old modeling clothes or whatever that was in that paper, that magazine cover, whatever. You trying to show him the little catwalk, bitch, you drunk as hell. And I'm just sitting here like, and Andre, let me tell you something. Why would you still have sex with that lady? First of all, after you put her drunk ass up in the bed, and then she woke up, I'm pretty sure as drunk as she was not 100% sober. I wouldn't feel comfortable having sex with that lady like that, okay? And then when she kissed you in your mouth like that, you ain't even had that bitch go, you didn't have her go brush her teeth. That's nasty. That's how I know you a freaky bitch, okay? That is some nasty shit. That is I told y'all I had my first kiss from a dude. His breath stuck, and that was that shit that stuck up on you once you put it in your, and I said, oh my God, gag me, okay? It was terrible. It was terrible. And I was just like, ew, you kissing it. Okay. Meanwhile, to like, woo, all right, you do what you gotta do. They're gonna try to give her a little lesson. You know who you are. You need to stop drinking. You need to stop doing this and woo, 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 blah, 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 blah. Fuck Bill and all this shit. I'm like, yeah, you can say all that, but she not gonna do it, okay? Danny is lost. All right, she trying to come to the realization that Bill don't want her no more, and that Bill is in love with Haley. As much as we probably would hate, I said, girl, fuck that. Let them motherfuckers be with each other. See, you up here being miserable. You think you winning, but you not, because they actually still happy with each other. They may be, Haley may be miserable because she can't get into the country club, no service in the country club without her husband or a Dupree saying, go ahead and serve me, because y'all seen how that was when she was at the country club and Danny had to sit at the table in order for her to get served. But, yeah, they still happy together. Meanwhile, you over here drinking yourself to goddamn sleep because you in your feelings still. Girl, go ahead and go get you a piece. You get you a few pieces, okay? Drown your sorrows in some dick. I mean, outside of just Andres, okay? This is time for you to do a little variety taste, okay? Because you ain't had that much. Outside of Bill, you probably only had Andres. Go and test the waters, okay? You are free, bitch. You are in your second wind of life, okay? You have the opportunity to go do and be whatever you want to do, all right? And I was just saying, give her something to do. So then you got Kat suggesting to Chelsea that they should bring her mama on Danny to go ahead and help with the marketing of their projects, their little fashion line. Chelsea said, bitch, please. I ain't got time for this, okay? Listen, she been trying to run my life this whole time. And the whole reason why I don't want to be no model no more is because I don't want to work with her. And now you want to bring her on? It's just like, girl, don't worry about it. Because listen, yeah, she was doing all this and she was controlling everything. But this time, you control the shit. She got to do what you say. And I said, don't butter her up like that. Because, Danny got a way of still flipping it and making it about her. And then it's still going to be her living through her. But see, Danny needs to go ahead and go with what her friend said. Let's put together the Cynthia Bailey model agency. Okay? The Curtis Dupree agency. Or what she said, bitch, no, we're going to have to do Dupree Curtis because I got to have top billing. I gotta have top billing, girlfriend, if you want me to be up on this. I said, go ahead and do that, baby. Because you need something to do besides that bottom. Get you out the house. Get you out the country club. Get Anita something to do too. Anita, go ahead. I told you already, girlfriend. Do you a one night only type of situation. Dina Jones can do it. You can do it too. Effie White did it, bitch. You can go ahead and do it too, all right? You up here reminiscing about you in the Articulate. What is it? Articulates. There you go. The Articulates. What type of goddamn name was that? Because y'all can articulate all y'all words. All right. Go ahead and get back on that stage, girlfriend. Get him a show, okay? Get him a show. I don't know why they couldn't have you at the fashion show. You could have been on the mic singing. All right, like, come on. We love a good oldies act. Charlie Wilson and them finna go back on tour. Bitch, and I'm finna get some tickets. What you talking about? Okay? We love a good oldies act. Come on. So you got that. Naomi wanted to throw something for her mom. She trying to make it seem like to get her mom to come and everybody to cheer her up. They're going to say that, they're throwing something for Danny. But then she told Danny that they're throwing something for the mom, Danny's mom, Anita, or whatever. So, to get her to come. So it's like a bait and switch type of situation. But it's kind of like for both of them to get their spirits up and everything. That was cute, though. I can't wait to see what that turns out to be. I do love it when Anita be going back and they be having their little musical numbers and everything. Now talk about let's get into Martin right quick. First of all, I don't like to say this, Smitty cheat on that man. Okay. And you better cheat on him with another black man too and make him so goddamn jealous, bitch. Because I'm so goddamn tired of Martin. Martin, he still speaks with that tone of arrogance and I have to be on point and I have to talk like I'm about to give a speech of a lifetime. Like I'm giving inspiration all of the time. I said, can you loosen up a little bit, little Martin? I be seeing it coming through with your high booty ass. Martin got a nice ass on him. I said, that booty kind of nice behind them khakis, okay? Sometimes when he be getting up, his shirt be sitting right on top of it. I be like, damn, Martin, who doing the bending? Y'all verse up in that bitch? You better be taking turns, because I sure enough would be. But anyway, let me tell you something. He got to be in control so much. It's his way or no way. I don't know how people can be with people like that. Okay? Because Smitty just be trying to, he be trying to soothe the situation. This whole thing about the kids and Terrell, baby, Martin done found out about what's going on with Terrell in that picture because somebody that's in the media then found out about it because they kid go to the same school. Mind you, did know that the kids was in the public school. They were in the private school, took them out the private school to put them in a public school because they felt like that's what they needed to do, right? Let them feel normal. Girl, he thinking like, nah, with all this shit going on, maybe we need to put their asses up in the private school, okay? He want to be super saver dad, okay? And instead of, I know he trying to take up his kids or whatever. It's a two-edged sword. Because on the one hand, what parent wouldn't want to go to war and want something to happen and for their kid when they find out that their kid's being bullied, right? But when your child is telling you to calm down because you ain't gonna do nothing but make it worse, let me figure this out. And you give examples about how you figured shit out for yourself when you was gay and all that stuff coming up and nobody wanted to fuck with you, but yet you couldn't let the little boy figure it out for himself, and now you done made the situation worse. Because you had to go up there and talk to the principal. The principal had to call a goddamn meeting for everybody. And everybody know that we talking about your ass. This cyberbullying and everything. And it's just going to make them bully him even more. That's what Terrell was talking about. And now Terrell talking about something. You need to stay out my life. I said, oh, now hold on. I know you're mad at your daddy. Now, on the one hand, he doing what he feel is best. And honestly, Martin did right. But he did it too hastily. And like he said, he always think before he go out. Well, he acts before he thinks. He do it on his own. I'm like, how are you married? Smitty, I just really want to understand, how does it work with Martin? Cause I couldn't be with him. Because he's too type A, he's too anal, he's just too goddamn rigid. And I'm just like, and then when he get mad, bitch, you don't know what the fuck he gonna do. You just walking out the house and doing shit without me. And now my son gotta come in here and be pissed off at your ass. And then, when Terrell left, the girl in question, Jessica, popped up on his ass. Come to find out, they got a little thing for each other. I was like, a little connection and everything. She said, listen, my boyfriend, he was fucked up for that. My friends was fucked up for that or whatever. And I really told them to stop, but they wouldn't stop and all this shit. And I'm so sorry that happened. Woo, woo, woo. They had a little connection. He get back to the crib, and they said, maybe we should put y'all asses in private school. He said, absolutely the fuck not. Now that he got Jessica want to talk to him, no, we're not going anywhere. I would endure the bullying. I got my girl finna come to me. I said, you know what? All right, Mr. Terrell. Now, see, you want to know who also? Listen. Samantha need her little ass popped, okay? She need a spanking. Because little mama doing a little bit too much too soon, okay? Slow down. You growing up. You moving too fast. She got a taste. And when I say a taste, it wasn't even a whole spoon. It wasn't even a whole fucking spoon. She got a, like that. She just put her tongue on the tip like this. And that was it. I said, oh my God, bitch, you ain't even get a whole bite of the modeling shit. You got a little small ass crumb of a taste. And now you want to be a model for the rest of your life. You want to fake like you're dropping out of school and everything. You are doing this stuff behind your daddy's back and all that. I said, little Samantha, you need your ass whooped. You need a spanking. Okay? Because you're doing a lot. And Chelsea and Kat, when Martin bust a gasket on y'all asses, don't say nothing, because y'all should have told him. You know how that man is. You know how he is. Moving on from that. Also, well, damn, bitch, who else is on this show? Naomi, Bill, and Haley. I seen a tweet with her and said, you know what? I will never get tired of seeing Haley sitting up in that country club by herself. She was sitting at that table when Danny came over there. Oh boy, she was like, hello, can I get some service? He walked right past her. Danny had to come over there and talk to her ass a little bit. Girl, don't nobody give a shit, because Danny ain't really fucking with that girl. She just said, it is what it is. And then she told, oh boy, you can come over here. And she was like, girl, I'm tired of playing with this little bitch. But boy, you can come over here. What was his name? Spence? I think his name was Spence. You can come over here and, take her order, whatever. She was so happy to tell Bill this was the first time that I got to get my order, without nobody, no problem or whatever. I didn't have to just sit here, and I had Danny to thank for it. What you mean? Danny did it? He came over there. He thanked Danny, and I said, Danny, take that off your face. Danny looked at that as an invitation. Anytime he softens up to her just slightly, even when he just trying to thank her, baby, she gonna take it as an invitation as, oh, that man still loves me. No. And honestly, I do think Bill still got some things for him. And I do think that he gonna cheat on Haley with her and somebody else, okay? Meanwhile, Haley said that she could possibly be pregnant. I really feel like Haley is playing a game. Now, when Naomi was talking to Jacob, and she was like, when I think back to it, the way Haley used to always talk about this and ask questions about my mom and their marriage and all this stuff or whatever. Now I can see that she could probably was just plotting this stuff. And I feel like it's an act at this point. How are you this pregnant this fast? And then gonna say, I make sure to always take my birth control, but we've been so stressed out or whatever. I'm probably missed a pill or two. You did that shit on purpose. I feel like she did it on purpose. Okay? I feel like she saw Bill. She had her sights set on Bill. She said, let me go ahead and get in this by being friends with Naomi. Let me get good with Danny. And let me go ahead and go in there and take Bill from underneath their noses. That's what I feel like happened. And let me make my permanent stamp by going ahead and getting pregnant by this man. That's just what I feel about it. I could be wrong. But she gives me those teas. Now, when it comes to Bill and Naomi, she came over there and she told him that, listen, I'm going to drop this case against you. Well, I ain't going to drop the case. I'm going to drop out as the lawyer. Because she don't want to ruin the potential of possibly having another relationship with him. She was so concerned about him and his health and all that stuff. I mean, I guess. Prior to all of this, they did have a good relationship, I'm assuming. She was a daddy's girl, I'm going to assume. But at the same time, you better than me, bitch. You better than me, okay? I'm telling you, you do something like that. It's one thing to do it to my mama, and then it's another thing to do it to me. And that's the thing that I just don't understand, how come Haley and Bill just don't understand. Because at the end of the day, not only are the girls pissed off, especially Naomi, she's pissed off that you hurt her mom. Because like Naomi had to tell Bill, I was there. I had to sit there and watch mama break down for what you done to her. Meanwhile, you also betrayed your daughter because you fucked your daughter's friend. Her best friend at the time. That she brought around to you. That's a betrayal too. And you try to make it seem like it's not, but it is. And I'm just like, can't you get that through your mind? But she softening up a little bit and you opening the door a little bit. I said, close that bitch. Close it. Okay, because I just would. Don't play with my mama like that. My dad did some shit like that to my mama. I ain't been, girl, that nigga died. He went to the grave knowing I ain't fuck with him. Okay? I'm just that type of girl. I'm that type of girl, bitch. But they had a relationship, so it's different, I guess. I'll leave that alone. But she was going to let one of her sorors, who is more experienced in this particular law, take over the case. Why them girls come back over there and say, listen, bitch, that's cute now, but we want you on the case. Mind you, she done already told Bill, ain't gonna say something because I still love you. And I said, what? Why would you tell him that? He thinking that he finna get his kids back. Damn. Mind you, I should be rooting for the family to get back together, but not because of, no, because he did wrong. He did terrible. Okay. But, you got that going on. Meanwhile, what was I about to say? Bill fired old boy. Now let me tell you something, Mr. Michael. Not only and she had this conversation with her father. Was like basically he knew what was going on, and that's where the conflict was coming at. And it's like, you want to be for me, you want to be for your daughters, but you allow an environment where women are being sexually harassed and taken advantage of and retaliated against if they say something. And that says a lot. I said, yeah, regardless, a lot of these men that be doing this stuff, they have kids and they're very protective of their kids, and they would never do the things that they do to women to their daughters. And that's just how it really be. They one way with this person and another way in another environment. He knew exactly what Mike was doing, and then come to find out, Mike was doing it to everybody. Mike was being rude, sexually harassing, all that stuff to not only the women in their law firm, but at the city clerk and all these other places and everything. So basically, he should have had him gone. And what he should have been doing is documenting this stuff. so that he can't really retaliate if he says I'm a sue because this is wrongful termination. They can have the proof, like, we're lawyers, bitch. Here's the proof right here that, you know, you are guilty of doing these things. Okay, this is not just coming out of the blue, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But then when he said you should have went hard on that little bitch, he was about to call Naomi a bitch. Bill had to yoke that motherfucker up. Bill, you did good. You did good because, you know, he a white man, and regardless, you know, you saw how he tried to take credit for making the company as big as it is, and Bill had said, absolutely the fuck not. My ex-wife father helped me get to where I am. Okay? Helped me get this and build this shit. Not your ass. You can get the fuck on. All right? But this is a cute season, week. But I can't wait till next week. I really can't wait till Eva cuss mama out. Okay? Baby, let me know how y'all felt about it. And I hope y'all enjoy your weekend. Have y'all went to go see Sinners? If you have not went to go see Sinners, please go see it. Okay? Go see it. Trust and believe. I've seen it twice already. Back to fucking back. It's that good. And yes, I will be talking about it later. So you guys tell me how you feel. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will see you later. Peace.